I'm not willing to make that sacrifice. So I stopped talking about it.
Right.
You feel me? I just stopped, not that I stopped hooping, but I realized like, I'm not going to give you, Saturday mornings because I'm going to be out Friday night.
Right.
Like I just was honest about myself. Like that's, I don't advocate for a kid to do what I did or not do what I did. I do advocate for them to be transparent and self-aware. So this is what makes me so thrilled about a game like this, about a tournament like this, is because, I'm not, for all my critiques and this and that of all these students, because that's what they are, kids, students, whatever. Like every one of them has that look of a kid that's going to put in that work, right? To put in that work because they got things they want to do. I do not. You looking for the trainer? Where'd she go?
She walked over there. If you wait there, she'll be back.
Yeah, that's her thing. She'll be right back. I don't know where she went. What color is she wearing? Gray?
I think so, yeah.
She might have went over to the other side. Aren't y'all warming up over there? I saw her walk that way. I don't want to tell you to walk over there because I don't know if that's where she went. But I saw her walk that way.
I gave her a piece of tissue.
You need to wrap your hand up for now? You want some tissue for now? Until you get there, just at least to stem the tide? Here, I'm going to go try to find her, man.
Got a 22-25. Kane lead with 26 now. Player sub into the game. Number 11, number 4 for the Storm. 10 minutes left here in the second half. Storm looking to come back. Got a foul on the floor. Great drive by number 3 for the Lady Canes. Lady Canes are just seeming like they're a little bit too strong right now for the Storm, who's seeming to take a 7-point deficit with 9:24 left here in the second half. Travel called, another turnover by the Storm. It's going to be going back with the Canes. Good. Good. We're in the bathroom.
Got a little bit of a lead stretched out.
Got a 2-point lead since you evacuated.
See, they stretched it out a little, 7 points now.
7-point lead. Small is still taking over. Number 3 had a nice breakaway layup.
Okay.
A couple turnovers by the Storm is letting this lead increase. You letting Small get to the free throw line. She's knocking all of her free throws down.
So here's the lesson, right? And this is what I've seen in this game, right? In the first half, obviously, Knight had a dominant first half defensively.
Indeed.
Right? Scored a couple buckets. Obviously, she's a rebounder, so she was putting in her work. And then here we come to the second half. And the interesting thing is her teammates aren't getting her the ball.
Great interception by Smalls.
Anticipation, boy. And she's going, but
she's driving hard, coast to coast.
Oh, nice.
Phenomenal effort by Small there.
But look at how her teammates came to get her up. Do you know how many teams that you've watched girls fall on the ground and their teammates not running to celebrate, not celebrating by getting them off the ground?
Did you see the fire in her face when she was driving? There was no point that she even thought about passing or slowing up. It was straight to the cup.
And that's dope, man, because you want to see her put buckets in. Like, she's had a number of opportunities where she, was on a break and couldn't get it done. but she keeps going and she goes relentlessly. Oh, no, small? Yeah, she's a first-rate baller. And so here's my thing. And this is when you try to figure out, well, what are you going to do? Because we know Cummings is going to shoot, but who's going to help Cummings if they really try to get out? Because what you're watching is, yeah, Small is playing well, and so is Knight. But look at Aubrey. You see that? You know, if you're looking at her, Bernardo, then you realize, like, she's had an impact on this game.
For sure she has.
Bernardo's had an impact. Her effort, she's going after loose balls. She's even had a couple of good buckets, a couple of steals, deflections. She's in the game. And so that's the difference. Who's going to help Cummings? Wide open shot, hit that backboard, kid. Got to hit the backboard. Fundamentals.
I'm not for sure who's going to help Cummings to answer your last question.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I haven't seen pretty much anybody else emerge on this Storm team. Not saying that Cummings has all the points, but it's definitely going to take – you got 3 against 1 almost right now.
And if she's hitting this – because I'm like, if they're not going to rebound and then they start giving up threes, they're going to get blown out. Cummings is up there, but here comes Knight.
Yeah, she's taking it right at her. You're not afraid at all. That's the one thing that I love about what Cummings is doing right now.
But the thing is, know who you're attacking, right? Who are we talking about?
Small.
Yes.
Trinity.
Yep. Trinity Small. And so I'm look, she's all over the court.
Great up, look, outlet
so,
pass.
Come on, man. Let me tell you something, man. The last sequence of plays right there, the plays right there we just saw, that was phenomenal, dog. Like, for this level of basketball, for what they just did is phenomenal. The fact that their best player made the first defensive play, right? Then the fact that their second, or whichever one you want, whatever day I imagine, Knight gets the rebound. Not only does she get the rebound, she has the wherewithal to look up and make a perfect two-hand outlet overhead pass that led her teammate right to the rim, even though she got fouled. Like, if you're a sports fan, it doesn't really matter what level when you're a sports fan, you have to understand what's good and what's bad. And if you can appreciate it, you can't say, oh, they're little, they're young, so that's not sweet. No, that was sweet.
I can tell you there's one thing, and I'm not for sure of how often they do it, but this Lady Canes team, their free throw shooting,
pretty good.
Yeah, I can't knock it. I mean, I know we said Knight has some free throw issues, but usually, she's got to have some. Look, she's got to have some weakness, dog. Shaq had the flaw of the free throws.
right. If she can shoot free throws, it'd be over.
But this team, as far as Smalls, Brado, and whoever else has come to the line, they're knocking these free throws down. That's what's making this lead bloom to a 15-point lead right now with 6:47 left in the second half. Little jump spin there.
Yeah. And that's the funny thing about it is what I talked about earlier is the fact that, oh, nice. You see how they can trust Smalls?
Great pass.
Look, she is a baller, man. Trinity Smalls. Now, at this point, I'm not sure who I think is better between her and Knight. Because, like, that last pass is not necessarily a pass an eighth grader has. Not only the skill, the skill is one thing, right?
And then back on the defense.
Yeah, her defense is phenomenal. And her effort. But it's one thing to have the skill, right? We can make a play, right?
Right.
And you know this as an athlete, right? You can have the skill, but the execution and the attitude to make it work is not something everybody do. You know what I mean? It's not something everybody can do.
You making a comparison, or you want to see who's better between Knight and Small? It depends, I guess, what you like as far as your offense or your total package of your game, because you're getting a lot of different things out of Smalls that you're not getting out of Knight, and vice versa.
Let me put it to you this way: they could both start for me.
Oh, for sure.
So I'll just leave it there, like, yo, they could both start on my squad, dog. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean?
They're great players to build your team around.
What? Easy.
Not even
whatever high school they're about to go to has got to be thrilled. I mean, they got to be thrilled. That's a bad play. It's a bad play right there.
Forcing the pass inside.
Don't pass blindly. Don't pass without looking. Know where you're going.
That's one thing. I believe her head is up, and I know she sees the floor. It's just a bad errant pass.
Hey, you can't expect the eighth grader to be perfect. You know what I mean? As good as she is, it's nice to see that she makes some mistakes. And they finally made a shot for the elite.
And she's so calm with the ball right now. It's no stutter step, indecisiveness. She got the ball in her hand.
You got it? Where'd it go? Oh, I didn't even see it. Yeah, so
5:15 left, 13-point lead for the
still in that 1-3-1. And that's actually, and that's it looks like the Lady Canes have made the decision where they're like, look, we're going to sit in this 1-3-1 because we don't think y'all going to make any shots on the inside. We don't want you, we're going to keep you from shooting these threes, but we don't think you're going to make anything in the paint or inside 15 feet. And thus far, they have not made anything inside 15 feet.
Yeah, substitution. Knight came back into the game for Smalls, who comes for a quick rest.
And that's the hard part, man.
Whoa.
Two
Bodies
things
on the floor.
Two things I'll tell you. The pass was weak, so it didn't, what I say, put some pop on it. And two, number 8 needs to learn to come to the ball. You standing on the far side of the lane hoping she can get it across. Come to the near side. Nice look for Claggett. Open shot.
That was a nice inbounds play they ran there.
And the interesting thing is, as good as she is, I appreciate the fact that her teammates, the Lady K's teammates, don't feel beholden to Knight. They don't feel like we're going to play this game, and when she's open, we're going to get her the ball. Whoever's open, and gets the shot. And I like the fact that she's, as for her to not have as many shots the second half, she's involved still. She's working hard. She's still trying to get rebounds defensively. She never quits. And so that was pretty cool. It's been pretty cool to watch, And the Elite, if they, could maybe get a couple of those bunnies to drop, they could put a dent in this game, in this score. But right now, the fact that they can't make anything inside of 15 foot is really killing them. It's keeping them from being in this game. Somebody else besides Cummings has to put a couple of buckets in the hoop. Especially when you have Small coming off the court right now. Make your move. You got to get the ball. Make your move. Their point guard is gone. Traveling. Panic. See what happened right there? She traveled.
Trying to force it.
Yeah.
Trying to make up for the decision of thinking she traveled.
Yeah, and that what you just witnessed right there with Cummings was somebody who, when she got the ball, she busted out like gangbusters, thinking I'm about to go coast to coast, and got away from what she's been doing all game, which is letting the game come to her, which is why she traveled, which is why she almost threw the ball away. The shot.
3-point shot from Cummings.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Was that a three?
Glass. Yes, it was.
All right, 8-point lead. 38-30 they got on the board.
Had a little discrepancy of the
I couldn't see her feet. 38-30. Lady Canes duels Elite Lady Canes.
Far from over with 3:45 left in the second half.
Yep. With 4 minutes, man, 8 points. Again, don't turn it over. Don't turn it over. Don't force it. You know what I mean? Don't force a shot. Don't turn it over. You got a shot. You got a shot.
You're just going to need somebody else besides Cummings to come up big in these last couple of minutes.
Yeah, man, you just need somebody to make 2 buckets. Like 2 of them. 2 of those buckets that you keep getting. That's my thing. They keep getting the shots. So one of these days, one of these shots, one of those girls has to calm down, right? Because that's all it is. They want it so bad that they're not calm enough to make the shot. Just calm down and put the ball in the hoop. I imagine they've all put in the work, hitting certain shots regularly. So take your time and just put it in. right, here we come. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left, 38-30. Lady Canes taking it out on the side, inbounded to Small. Let's see what they're running. Off of the screen, swings it to the left. 14. Oh, like was trying to run a flare screen, but it didn't work.
Ball in the hands of Knight.
Yeah,
couldn't finish.
She didn't look comfortable.
No.
You know, that's one of those things that can happen sometimes when you haven't actually touched it in the rhythm of the offense a few times. Enough times in the game to keep yourself going. You catch
Coming
it.
for three. That's too much race.
That's a big shot.
It's going to make you pay for it every single time.
And here comes Cummins.
She's heating up.
And now we got a 5-point game. What did I say? Get a couple stops, make a couple shots, crossover. Now what's going to happen? Now we're going to see. Now we're going to see what the game is about.
There's still no rush if you're Lady Kane.
Now, see, that's my thing right there. My thing right there is if I'm the elite, I know what her game is. Why am I still letting her dribble between all of us? Why am I not protecting my guard and understanding in this game you're supposed to help your teammate? Like, she's coming off of the screens and coming off of these dribbles, and they're not taking the ball. Like right now. You know what I mean? Good help helped her. But number 3, obviously, she didn't know where she was. Yeah, you got to call that foul. But that's my thing. Right now, Smalls is killing you. Every time she comes off of a screen or drives, she should have 2, maybe 3 people in front of her.
If you have 2-3 people in front of her, that means somebody else open, and if, unfortunately that person that's open is Knight down in the paint.
Then you take the chance.
With Small's vision, she's not your typical point guard at this level.
But you have to take the chance. You have to take the ball out of her hands because she's been the dominant factor for them offensively. So take the ball out of her hands. If it turns out that she's able to make the consistent pass and they make the shot, because it's not just make the pass, it's make this pass and they have to make the shot.
Correct.
So if she does that, then you tip your hat and say, let's ride. But right now, she hasn't had to do that. So, get the ball out of her hands.
And see those empty possessions that just happened with the Storm. You got 2 minutes left.
And it wasn't a bad shot. Like you said, you just got to make it.
I mean, you still have.
And this is what I was talking about with her. You see that? You see how calm she was when she got the ball, and she didn't go anywhere. She just looked up and made a perfect pass. If her teammate was ready, they got a shot. But see right there, and there's the confidence. And that you got lucky. You got Cummins going. But see, get the ball up. Let's see if she can shoot. That's what I've been waiting on.
Can't be mad at that shot. It was a little.
You need it. It's a minute. You're down 6.
Her feet wasn't all the way underneath her, but at the same time, it was a good open shot.
And it didn't miss badly.
No. You knock it down, we got a 3-point game. So you can't be mad at that shot. But you have to have a great defensive series here, and then make sure you get some kind of offense, whether it's a 2 or a 3, 4-point play even would even help the Lady Storm.
Right. Remember I said that the other game right there? Right? You see that right there? Remember the other game? I said that the other game where the game was ending and they just started allowing them to dribble handoff. Now, she got hurt because she went wild. She shouldn't have, she got to learn not to go so wild into the trap. But what did they do? They almost got the turnover because off of one of those dribble handoffs, they trapped hard. Right? Trap her. Make her give that ball up and see what happens. Make one of the lesser players, one of the lesser players, what your boy Shaq call them, the others, make one of the others get involved. And right now, that's not what they were doing. Oh, man, I hope she ain't hurt her arm. Coach got to help her off a little bit. I hope she okay. So we got 1:17 left, 6 seconds. 6-point lead for the Canes, 39-33. You got
17 left in the game.
And they got a big advantage because they got the 9 team fouls in there and the penalty for the rest of the game. So, patience and the proper mix of aggression.
First miss by Small at the free throw line.
Proper aggression, and they win this game going away. But we've seen Cummins, who is probably the leading scorer of this game. All right, 4 points.
That was a 2-point ball.
4 points.
It's far from over. 1 minute left here in the second half. Foul call, sending it back to the line. 57.6 left, 4-point lead for the Canes, who's at the line for 1 It's a 1-on-1. Are we in double bonus now?
Yeah, double.
First basket. No good. Still 4-point lead. That went down?
No, that ain't go in.
Well, they counted it.
Oh, maybe it did go in. I thought
they took it away. They took it away. Something's really crazy going on right now.
Right.
Like I know my eyes ain't playing tricks on me that bad.
Right.
Eyes get a little heavy, but they ain't getting that bad.
All right.
That one's good.
Yeah, 5-point lead. Under a minute. You don't have a lot of time, but you don't have to hoist up a three. You ain't got to force anything. Just play ball. See what you can get. Oh, bounce pass.
You got Cummings wide open in 3. That's good.
How is she open?
Good. You keep leaving her open. She's going to continue to burn you.
How do they leave her open?
Out of role players,
she's
the one that has.
Luke, she's got to have like 22, 24 points, right?
Easy.
So you got one person who's demonstrated the ability to
that catch and shoot shot.
Do
she's
anything.
Like Klay Thompson over there in that corner.
But that's that youth and experience, man. That's the most interesting thing about the game is what you don't know and what somebody's not actually teaching you yet. You know, certain things, man, certain things a coach can't teach you. You got to get on the court. You know, how to deal with the emotions of a moment like that and attention to detail. You know, you can't be taught attention to detail. You either have that or not, right? So in that situation, the fact that, you know, not one of those young ladies at that moment thought, hey, man, we close to winning. Is everybody dealt with? Where is their best player? She's the only one. But then again, you know, I'm from Cleveland, and so talking is one of the things we do best. So if we shutting her down, we would have said something about her, like we got to shut her down. Where's she at? You know what I mean? To make sure that she know we coming for her.
This game is far from over. 47.4 left.
Two points?
Point game.
2 points, bro.
It's going to come down to whoever makes the first mistake or doesn't make the mistake at all.
Let's see what he dialed. Let's see what the coach dialed up.
Get the ball in the hands of Small.
Of course, you better.
Oh, great move by Small. And get in the butt hand Small. Knight almost traveled. Yeah. She held that foot down. I would have rather fouled Knight as soon as she got the ball in her hands. I wouldn't have fouled Small.
Yeah.
You know she's missed one so far. She's probably like 6 for 7.
And the irony of in that situation, I would have front and back to Small to make it harder for her to get that ball. Puts my quickest player in the front and somebody behind her. You know what I mean? I would have sandwiched her. One of these other girls. Like I'd have put the ball in Aubrey's hand. I'd have put the ball in number 8's hands. Anybody but Small, I would have put the ball in her hands. I would have sandwiched her with defenders.
Right.
My 2 quickest defenders to try to keep her out of it.
Send her to the line if you're hoping not to get points.
Yeah. 38 seconds, 4-point game. Storm with the ball, bringing it up.
See a little bit more tighter defense on Cummings. First time somebody else shot besides her for like the last 5 minutes.
Got to call that. And see, my thing is, it's not a bad shot. I'm not going to call that a bad shot. However, I'm never that person who, especially if you haven't been shooting, right? So she hasn't taken many shots this game. So I don't know if she's a money baller, where she's a walking bucket, walking the gym in range. But I do know my history of basketball is very few people are that, particularly at this age. So for her to not have necessarily a rhythm all game and take that shot is a little bit, you know, I'm not mad at it. She's earned the right to take a shot, because she's led them like a monster all game.
All game.
And they missed it. Oh, box out, girls. Can you get it? Oh, the feet, man.
Stays with the Lady Kings.
Yeah, man, 33.4. Slow
seconds.
shoes. Knight, foul her, kid, foul her.
Gotta foul her. And they gonna foul Small.
Maybe he said don't foul her.
You're only down 4, you gotta foul. The game's far from over. You fought back and came back.
He said the last one's at 3:30. The last one is at 3:30?
He just hit me up.
All right.
What time is it now?
2.
2?
Yeah.
There's a team that dropped, so I could be wrong.
Okay.
It could be done when we say it.
Okay. 20.6 seconds left. 4-point lead for the Canes, Lady Canes. You know, you can play it to extend the game, get up the court, get a deuce after these free throws, or you can let it ride and say, hey, we just gonna run.
We came, we saw, we conquered.
Yeah, Lady Canes.
First free throw is good, of course, by Smalls. Continue to knocking them down. She's showed elite performance on both ends of the court. Definitely at the free throw line, I'm impressed by how she's knocking her free throws down.
Let me just say that she's the best player here today. I thought it was Knight, and I'm not saying that Knight isn't going to be or isn't, but today I haven't seen anybody play better than Small. Let's not play dirty. Let's not get dirty.
Very hard.
Let's not get dirty. Let's not get dirty, man. Come on, kids. I've been raving about the sportsmanship all game. Yeah, you got to take her up out of here. Yeah, you got to take her, and that's disappointing, man. You know what I mean?
Definitely coming from Cummings, who had a phenomenal game.
Yeah, man, that's disappointing. You played too well. You played way too well for that to happen. Like, you know what I mean? You played so well, and then you lose your cool. You know what I mean? And that's that thing. That's what I'm talking about. That, and I respect it because it just shows she's a competitor. I respect that. But come on, man. Come on.
Seemed like it lit a fire underneath her team that was already lit.
Yeah, and
put a little gasoline on the fire.
Yeah. And I respect how the Lady Canes dealt with it. Could they have ran up and acted a fool? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But they didn't. Oh, I think the refs called it. Looks like the refs might have called the game. They don't want to take the risk of any drama. So, is that it? What are we doing here? Looks like we might have had the ref call it. They don't want anything to turn into, extra aggression. Okay. Oh, maybe they are I'm not sure what they're doing. They're talking now to figure out.
Some kind of discussions going on.
Yeah, I figure they're just trying to figure out, are we going to keep going forward with it? Because when it starts to get like that, they don't want any of that here. And is it worth it? It's 11 seconds, it's 7 points. I get it. Anything can happen, but is it worth it? It's disappointing because, Jada Cummings offensively has been relentless. And I can say that in this game we've seen three of the top 5 to 7 players that have been out here today.
That's for sure.
You know what I mean? So nobody want to see nobody turn a game that doesn't matter into some drama.
It's definitely been one of the better games, not taking anything away from any other games that we've watched so far, but this one has been one of the more competitive,
right? Even
all the way around on both sides. That somebody has to lose, of course,
right?
But this one has been very entertaining and, quite frankly, the best one so far.
Yeah, I'd give this a thumbs up.
And I believe.
Oh, no, they're going to finish it out. I want to see them finish it, but you got to talk and make sure, hey, no nonsense. Finish the game. But nobody need to turn it into no drama. And I see the Cummings is, you don't even need to put her out there. She's already upset. That's fine. But you can let them sit and chill a little bit.
Just let them dribble it out. And that's what we're going to have.
Ended officially.
No shot, 38-45.
Lady Canes undefeated on the day so far. Quality game.
Great games by both.
Once again, we want to thank you for participating and listening to Will Ward and Rod Gibbs. And we're sitting here at the Smith Brothers first annual Ohio versus Kentucky Exposure Showcase. So we'll see you momentarily for.
We got Blue Devils versus believe it's going to be the Lady Tigers one more time.
All right. We'll see you soon. All right, we rolling? Tell me when. Back at it, Lady Tigers, Winthrop. We got the Blue Devils out here, Kentucky Blue Devils. So it'll be another interesting match to find out who's going to do what. And you know, turnover to start the game off for the Lady Tigers. Open three, Blue Devils, no good. Rebound number 15, bringing it up the court. And so I'm looking, and I'm watching the Lady Tigers, and I'm watching their coach, and he's trying to get some, trying to just work with his girls, and I can see he's trying to get them to do some things that they haven't done very much so far today, like you know, a little basic weave up top to try to get a little continuity, a little comfort level. And what will happen is he'll have to make sure they understand what kind of plays they are looking for coming out of the weave, how it's supposed to be effective for them, and so that's cool. And they're trying to get it to 44, but you know, entry pass is a lost art. Angle, where to put it, how to put it, bounce pass, etc. Like right there, that bounce pass game.
Great awareness by Nelson starting off.
Yeah. And so I'm looking, and it's, that was a simple play. That was the case of fundamentals. Hey, y'all ain't got to do all that, man. Thank you, though. Oh, you did? Oh, okay. I'm like, But number 3 for Blue Devils. And see, you see that right there? When number 44 for the Lady Tigers learns how strong and how dope she is, she blocked the shot right there without even trying and wasn't sure if it was a good play. She looked on, you can see it on her face like, was that a good play? Good shot. Blue Devils coming out spraying. 5-0. A little bit of a press coming. And
great defense.
That press is working, but it's just like all you got to do is be patient. And right now, the Lady Tigers don't have a clear understanding of how to deal with a press. Like, what do we do? Where are we going to go? How many passes? How many dribbles? Are we supposed to be dribbling? What are we supposed to be doing to beat this press? Like right now, look at the middle. You see how number 30 and number 44, that's easy to guard if they're, look how close they are. So now they had, a good pass. But if you see what I'm saying, one person can guard 2 people if they standing next to each other.
Right.
It looks like this game, the Blue Devils.
Yeah.
Looks like the Blue Devils out here, they banging on that inside. They understood this game. Let me go ahead and beat them up on the inside.
This is his 3rd game for the Lady Tigers, so I expect a little bit more fatigue. I know they just set out a couple of games, but
wait, did they just get off the court?
Not just.
Who just played?
This past game was the Storm and.
Okay, that was a Killer Elite in the Storm.
The
Elite Storm and
the Lady Canes.
Lady Canes. That was a game before that they played. I got you.
But this is their 3rd game of the day. They started off first thing this morning.
Oh yeah, I think she's like, right. She's gonna be a monster. Please. Yeah. Right. One of the people running the game was just talking about one of the kids, number 44, and we were both, appreciating the fact like, yo, that young lady is going to be something to watch for.
And it's once a kid learns the potential that they have and knows how to put it into play consistently, it's when, you see a different athlete start to come. You see a different person in general. You see a little bit more confidence. Here's
good job, number 4. She came right in and did exactly what. Oh, nice pass. Oh, number 32 has the ability to be a really good player. Good pass. Whoa! The dime game is open now, it looks like. Look. Now we're going to see Adam
with the head up.
You see that? You see
Just
that?
a little bit of more of
you just try.
A little bit of tutoring.
It may not be perfect. You're gonna make mistakes, but work on it. See, my problem with number 30 is she's become predictable. Every time she gets the ball, she wants to try to just go.
Look at the speed. Look at the
She
speed, coast to
is.
coast.
Come on, man. That young lady is going to be something to pay attention to for real, man. The fact that she already has a solid mid-range step back, the fact that she understands how to get to the rim and extend and lock her elbow on layups. Then on top of that, she's a willing defender. She's a willing defender.
It's the gritty play that she has, you know. She's not scared. You can tell that maybe she had a couple of brothers in her life.
Could be, man.
I don't know. That was a little bit more rough with her or something.
Could be, man. She might just naturally be one of those people, man. I don't know. You might be right. But she definitely is a shining spot. She's a bright spot for this team right now.
Getting the combination of 32 and 44 in the game. That's why I've been waiting to see if they can work together. 32 is doing a little bit more ball handling as a point guard right now. Wide open shot, brought it into the paint, and that's why it got sent out.
Listen, man, this is one of them things about court awareness, dude. Once she had two people in front of her on defense, so that alone should have told her not to attack. That should have told her look for somebody. Way to scoop that up under there. Nice try. So what's happening right now is again, the Lady Tigers are struggling with understanding who to get the ball to.
Whoa, hard foul there on 44.
Yeah, she's had enough. And here's my thing. That's a long distance as a coach. That's a long distance to expect your players to cover. Like, they pressing. And they're 3/4 of the court all the way up on the opposite team's bench. Ball gets all the way to the elbow extended on the opposite side. Who's going to chase down the ball down there when they done threw it up there? That's why that foul happened. You saying chase her down. Nah, that ain't going to chase her down, dog. You ain't got nobody on this team with speed like that.
Nobody at all.
You know what I mean? Like, she going to run that down? All you going to do is burn out that candle. Make the simple pass. And what are they in? What are they in? Oh, they're in a diamond. A diamond is easy. They got a hole in the middle. Get it right there. Oh, look it in, young girl.
She was ready to catch it and release it already. Got to get some kind of offensive production here if you're the Lady Tigers.
See right there what I'm talking about? Number 15 instead of – nice pass, 44.
Oh, she already complaining about the ball.
And he going to take her out. You know what I mean?
And that's why she continues to –
But I'm going to watch this because in my opinion –
she should stay in.
No, you can bring her to the side. You can have a conversation with her, but don't scold her.
Right.
Bring her out. Let her sit. Tell her what she did wrong. Send her back.
They need her on the floor, man.
They do. She's affecting the game. She's affecting the game, and they do need her on the floor. All you got to do is let her know the game isn't over until we got – you know what I mean? Let her know. Let her know. Hey, it ain't the end of the world because at the end of the day, you're talking to the kid. You got to make sure she understands that you understand that ain't nobody out there playing, great. So don't single her out like you teach her. You teach her.
Teachable moments at all costs.
No, that's nothing but a teachable moment, and my eyes are seeing, and I'm like, yeah, you bark at her, but are you teaching her? Because here's my thing, and this is what I've seen over the years. You don't want to lose a gem like that, bro.
No.
You don't want one of those to be like, oh, somebody steal her from you because she don't trust. She doesn't feel like you teaching. She feel like you just barking. And I'm not saying that's what he does. That's not what I'm saying. For the people that might take like, how does he know? I don't know. But my point is, in these moments, the people that are watching, we're looking like she needs somebody to make sure she understands why it was wrong, and then put her back in and see if she can adjust to what you're doing. You see my shorty right there? If number 32 moves, she's to the rim and giving up a pass. Nice try, 14. Not bad.
Blue Devils defense is coming up. Not for sure if it's just the lack of awareness of where they are on the floors. If you're the Lady Tigers, the spacing is off.
Yeah, it's spacing.
It's something it's not clicking as far as the offense.
Good job, number 4.
She's more aware of this game.
Dude, she saw her. She's dribbling with her head up, and so she can see now. She can make the play. She's like, yo, I'm not afraid because I can see. And she'll get better and better at that the more she forces it. The more she forces her eyes up, the more she catches the ball and looks before she goes, and he, as a coach, will notice that and she'll play more. You know what I mean? And it's the difference between her right now and number 30. Number 30 is convinced that she's convinced that her scoring is her way, right? And if you remember in the first game, number 30 came out scoring a little bit. But she hasn't been an effective scorer the last few games, and so she needs to start doing other things. Way to battle, 14.
Looks like Coach for the Lady Tigers going with a smaller lineup, maybe a quicker lineup, trying something different. No foul or anything. I have no clue how that
He
was.
called that a jump ball.
I mean, I would have took the charge, a block, anything.
Dude,
just body to body. I'm not for sure.
It was a clear foul by the Lady Tigers, right? Okay, fine. But a jump ball? So who's the – yeah, come on, Coach.
I think that the Blue Devils, their offense has been a little stagnant here. They came out a little quick and got 9 quick points. These last 4 that they have, has been.
But that's been the way the games have been going. It looks like, at least in the second and third games or whatever teams. Remember, we was just talking about that. What team was at the game before? We was like, oh, that was the Lady Tigers.
Yeah,
they came out hot their last game, and then
that was against
second half
prime time.
Yeah. And then second half got walked, you know what I mean? So that's just what it is. And here's the thing, man. You can't run things just because that's what you want to run, right? And the reality of it is, a press is dope if you get that front end turnover. But if you're watching both teams, really, their back ends have no clue what to do. So every time, if you don't get that first steal, they're looking up the court. You have 2 or 3 people behind the entire defense, right? And so that's not teaching them how to play the game. You know what I mean? That's worrying about hoping you can get you a couple of free buckets and hope that
cherry pick.
Yeah, you hoping that you can trick your way into the win, not allowing the young ladies to learn how to play this game while you're making sure they understand. Here's what I need you to do. Here's why it's important. Here's why it helps, right? And then you do it all. Make sure we're all doing this together. Everybody on the team should be clear on what we're trying to do and why, right? And sometimes as coaches, we get too caught up in our plays, right? Our playbook, what we're calling. I know X's and O's, right? We know X's and O's. Middle school will never be about X's and O's. It will never be about X's. They're too young.
It's not possible for it to be about
They're
X's
too young.
I mean, you could teach a kid about different things to get them ready for the next level. Because I don't want to go too deep on this, but, as a culture, American culture, you look at the Asian culture, and they start their kids off
early
on a Chinese, or they on a piano or anything that they do.
A lot of things they
start really early.
Yeah.
So you say, we can't start at the 7th grade. I think sometime when you at least introduce a kid, get them